Good morning, students. Let us continue with the next biomolecule, polysaccharide. The acid insoluble palate also has polysaccharides, carbohydrates as another class of macromolecules. Polysaccharides are long chains of sugar. They are threads, literally a cotton thread, containing different monosaccharides as building blocks. For example, cellulose is a polymeric polysaccharide consisting of only one type of monosaccharide, that is glucose. Cellulose is homopolymer. Starch is a variant of this but present as a storehouse of energy in plant tissues. याद रखिएगा, सेल्यूलोज होमोपॉलीमर है, मीन्स एक ही यूनिट रिपीटेडली ऐड की गई है. स्टार्च थोड़ा सा अलग है बट इट इज़ द स्टोर हाउस. एनिमल्स हैव another variant called glycogen. So cellulose, starch, glycogen all are homopolymers only. Inulin is a polymer of fructose. In a polysaccharide chain, say glycogen, the right end is called reducing end. R for right, R for reducing. And the left end is called non-reducing end. It has branches as shown in the figure. Starch forms a helical secondary structure. In fact, starch can hold iodine molecules in the helical portion. The starch iodine complex is blue in color. Cellulose does not contain complex helixes and hence it cannot hold I2. So we can distinguish between cellulose and starch. If you put iodine over starch and cellulose, starch will give blue color with the iodine while cellulose will not change its color. Let us see the structure of the glycogen. Here we can see a chain in which we have branching. If we maximize the chain, then we have to see the right hand side portion. Glucose molecules are attached, while in the left side a branch is shown to you. When the CH2OH group, the OH is removed and a branch of similar chain is attached over there. So this is the structure of glycogen. Plant cell walls are made up of cellulose. Yes, we have to know that where cellulose is important. So plant cell wall contains cellulose. Paper made from plant pulp and cotton fiber is also cellulosic. There are more complex polysaccharides in nature. We have studied about them in the cell wall of bacteria. They have building block amino sugars and chemically modified sugars like glucosamine and acetyl glucosamine. Exoskeletons of arthropods, for example, have a complex polysaccharide called chitin. This is almost a homopolymer. So majorly all the polysaccharides are homopolymers, they are made up of the same single repeated unit. Clear? It may be branched or unbranched. It may be a sugar instead of simple sugar. Next is nucleic acid. The other type of macromolecule that one would find in the acid insoluble fraction of any living tissue is the nucleic acid. These are polynucleotides. Together with the polysaccharides and polypeptides, these comprise the true macromolecular fraction of any living tissue or cell. For nucleic acids, the building block is the nucleotide. A nucleotide has three chemically distinct components. One is heterocyclic compound and second is monosaccharide and the third is phosphoric acid or phosphate. Here is the structure of nucleotide. We can see the heterocyclic ring. Sugar is attached with the heterocyclic ring. Then here the phosphoric acid is also attached. If we remove this phosphoric acid group, then what we obtain is a nucleoside. Let us see the difference between nucleoside and nucleotide. Here is the nucleoside with nitrogenous base and pentose sugar. Nucleotide consists nitrogenous base, pentose sugar and a phosphoric group. As We noticed in the figure the heterocyclic compounds in the nucleic acids are nitrogenous bases named adenine, guanine, uracil, cytosine, thymine. Adenine and guanine are substituted purines while the rest are substituted pyrimidines. The skeletal heterocyclic ring is called purine and pyrimidine respectively. The sugar found in the polynucleotide is either ribose, monosaccharide pentose or 2' deoxyribose. A nucleic acid containing deoxyribose is called DNA and including ribose is known as ribonucleic acid. Nature of bond linking monomers in a polymer. In a polypeptide or a protein, amino acids are linked by a peptide bond which is formed between the carboxyl group of one amino acid and amino group of the next amino acid with the elimination of water moiety. The process is known as dehydration. See here, peptide bond formation is shown. One amino acid is given over here in which from the carboxyl group OH is removed and from the amino group of the next amino acid hydrogen is removed and as a whole a water molecule is removed. Hence the process is dehydration and both the amino acids are joined together. This blue colored bond is known as peptide bond and this way whole polypeptide is formed. In a polysaccharide, the individual monosaccharides are linked by a glycosidic bond. This bond is also formed by dehydration. This bond is formed between carbon atoms of two adjacent monosaccharides. Here we can see monosaccharides are given from first monosaccharide hydrogen and second hydroxyl group both combinedly as a water molecule are removed and a disaccharide is formed. This bond formed between the two sugars is known as glycosidic bond. This way, whole polysaccharide consists of such glycosidic bonds between the two monosaccharides. In a nucleic acid, a phosphate moiety links the 3' carbon of one sugar of a nucleotide to the 5' carbon of the sugar of the succeeding nucleotide. The bond between the phosphate and the hydroxyl group of sugar in an ester bond, as there is one such ester bond on either side, it is called phosphodiester bond. Here this figure represents the structure of secondary structure of DNA in which a helical structure is shown. The helix is zoomed or magnified and phosphodiester bond is shown. The two pink pentagons in between the pentagons, a phosphorus group is linked one side to the carbon of one sugar and another side to the oxygen of the another sugar. This way, a phosphodiester bond is formed. Nucleic acid exhibits a wide variety of secondary structures. For example, one of the secondary structure exhibited by the DNA is famous Watson and Crick model. This model says that the DNA exists as a double helix. The two strands of the polynucleotide are antiparallel, that is, they run in the opposite direction. The backbone is formed by the sugar phosphate sugar chain. The nitrogenous bases are projected more or less perpendicular to this backbone but face inside. A and G of one strand compulsorily base pairs with T and C respectively on the other strand. There are 2 hydrogen bonds between A and T and 3 hydrogen bonds between G and C. Each strand appears like a helical staircase. Each step of ascent is represented by a pair of bases. At each step of ascent, the strand turns 36 degrees. One full turn of the helical strand would involve 10 steps or 10 base pairs. Attempt drawing a line diagram. The pitch would be 34 angstrom. The rise per base pair would be 3.4 angstrom. This form of DNA with the above mentioned silent features is called bDNA. In higher classes, you will be told that there are more than a dozen forms of DNA named after English alphabets with unique structural features.